Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. Time to get going on our next project. It's a little bit harder than yesterday. We're going to do the first thing, we're going to rename it. We're going to call this Hollow Box Design Brief. And let's add our last name to that. It's pretty simple. Just like yesterday, we're going to start with grabbing a box. We are going to have to follow the design requirement, which states that it has to be 100 in height, but the width and the depth are 50. So it's going to be a larger box than yesterday. So we're going to click on that corner and change the measurements to 50. We're also going to click on the middle one for height, and we're going to change the height to 100. So there we go. We're going to grab out a box or a whole box. We're going to click on that corner again, and we're going to go ahead, and it says that it's got to be 40 by 40. And then the height of this bad boy is going to be 95. Again, I found this on the design requirements on slide 1. All right, so I have it. I'm just going to kind of move them kind of a little closer together. But before I move them a little closer together, I'm just going to grab it by the cone and just raise it up, get it kind of close. I'm just going to kind of highlight all of it. I'm going to go with my align tool, and I'm going to hit the middle line for all of them. So there you go. It looks pretty nicely done there, pretty easily done. I'm going to go ahead and click. Let's see here. Nope, that's not how I wanted it to work. So I think if I go ahead and I click on the box, let's see here. I can click on and get my cone again. I can zoom out, see my cone, and start to bring it down a little bit. That might be flush. I'm going to go ahead, try the align tool again. It is aligned because that top one was gray. We're going to highlight everything. You're going to go Control G to group it, or you can use the group tool over here. And voila, I do have a bottom. It is hollowed out. It is ready to go. So that's the basic part. Now, there are some additional enhancements, obviously, to change color. It's fairly easy to do. For right now, I'm just going to move it to the middle. Change the color. Any color you want is fine. Multicolored does not make it multicolored unless if we're using a lot of different colors. Because you could, I believe, if you want. I'm trying to see if there was a side, but maybe that's not the case. Let's see here. No, I think we just have to keep it that way. That's cool. Another trick that we'll learn maybe on a different day. It says to add your name to the container. You can use the text tool. Pull out some text. I can change the text name. I'll make it Joe Fly Science Guy. Hold down my shift, click on it, hold down my shift key. I'm going to make it smaller so I know that it would fit on there. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in just a little bit. Oh, I accidentally flipped it. So I can try to figure out how to flip it. I can use these arrows. Oh, but look at right here. This might be the way to go. This to 90. There we go. Look at that. I kind of fixed that a little bit. We're going to raise it up a little bit. I want it at the bottom. So here you go. It's not there yet. What I can do is I can highlight everything. I can go to my align. See if I can get this working here. L for align. Zoom out just a little bit. Right now it's aligning to my name. So if I hit that, kind of embeds the Joe Fly in it. That's not exactly what I wanted. I suppose I can kind of move it this way. It might be another way to have it. There we go. It's not coming through, which is good. So we're going to go ahead. I don't want it as Let's see here. Do mean a little sloppy here, but let's see. Change that number from 3. I want to make it like 2.5. That's just my preference. So there it is, 2.5. Says that I could add a lid. I think that'd be tough to do, but I think it would be pretty cool. You can add a little texture, so you can kind of grab hearts here. I have hearts. I can find the correct way to flip it. That's not the one. That's not the one. So maybe over here, is there something to flip it? There we go. If you don't like it as you're hitting these things, you can easily change it. Here it is. 90 degrees. I can make it smaller. I can click on it. I can use my arrows to bring it a little bit closer. If I want to make it go up with using the arrows, I can use the Control Shift and then hit the up key. I can click it and I can duplicate it. I can go ahead, hit the duplicate button again. Notice how it kind of repeated a little bit of what I did, so I'll just move this one over a little bit. So I'm adding texture. I guess that could be a way of talking about it. You're adding a little texture. If you wanted to keep everything together, you could go ahead and obviously group it. Notice how the color left. So if I click it all again, I click on solid and I click on multicolor, that's where multicolor begins to work. But these are all the same. So I'm going to move this over. Very quickly, if I want to make a top, I'm probably going to have to break out another box. And my initial one is 50 by 50. So I'm going to go 53 by 53. And the height of it, that's fine. I'll make it a kind of a thick lid top to go on top of it. That's fine. I'll need a whole box. My whole box has got to be greater than 50, but less than 53. So I'm going to go 51. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit. I probably am going to, if this height here for this one is 20, I'm going to make the height here for this one 18. Bring them kind of closer together. We'll highlight them. We'll align them using the L button. So there we go. And align. There we go. I want to make sure that it is at the top. That looks like it, but I'll try with the align tool. It is. So we'll click off of it. We're going to go ahead and group it. And here you go. Here's my top. Now here's a really cool thing to try to do. I would probably submit it this way because these are two different pieces, but there's a nice little challenge for you here. You can kind of flip it over. If I click in 180, it should flip it over. I'm going to bring it to the top. I'm going to highlight both of them. I'm going to try my align tool, see if that would work. There we go. It's one align tool, kind of aligned. That looks all right. That looks not so good. Here we go. Not quite. We're going to highlight it again. We're going to align again. Center. Looking for the other center button. Highlight it again. Center. You see that it is. If I zoom in, just adjusted it with a click or two. Now we're going to go back to the align tool, center. There you go. I got the center. Oh, because it's centering it off based off of my, what do you call it? Off my junk that I put here. All right, let's see. Can I override this somehow, some way? Align tool. I don't know. Kind of looks okay. But I would just, obviously, you couldn't print it with the top on. You'd have to print it as two different pieces. So I'm just going to undo a bunch of things here. There we go. That would be what I would probably turn in. So pretty cool stuff. I hope you learned a little something. Give it a whirl. Give it a try. Have some fun with those enhancements. Peace.